Good evening and welcome, race fans. We are here tonight with the Camping Universe Truck Series, bringing you the Dega Double. Two different sessions at the fabulous, gigantic 2.6 mile Talladega Super Speedway, brought to you by Team Squad. Broadcasted live in 1080p 60 FPS by yours truly, Gareth McAllister. And we will be getting through the grid in short order as we have just got qualifying wrapped up. Go and get grid now because why not? Coming in on pole, Tyler Aspinall. Coming in second place, Will Cloud. Starting in third, Brady Floyd. Starting in fourth, Doug Newbinging. Fifth place is taken up by Nicholas Claiborne. Ben McDonnell in sixth position. Seventh is Ryan Decker. Eighth, John Bauer. Ninth, Daniel J. Jensen. 10th, Nicholas Wing. 11th, Jeffrey Sykes. 12th, Cody Schultz. Starting in 13th, Norman King. Starting in 14th, Jared Ziegler. Starting in 15th, Chris Sawyer. Starting in 16th, Brett Murphy. Starting in 17th, Brian Ziegler. Starting in 18th, Josiah Strauss. In 19th, we have Mitchell Mummer. 20th, we have Derek Stanley. And in 21st, Caleb Weekly will be rounding out your top 21 and all of the drivers on the grid for tonight's event. We'd like to welcome everyone to Team Goon Squad's coverage once again of the Camping Universe Truck Series. And we appreciate everyone tuning in, turning up, and get the ball rolling as these drivers just start getting their final pep talk as the race is about to head underway as the pace car leads the grid of 21 solid trucks. Some great qualifying runs from some trucks we usually wouldn't see too far up in the field. Will Cloud being the number one that we're basically wanting to focus on during that conversation. So it's always great to see at these big super speedways like Daytona and Talladega, you can get the field completely shuffled to what you're used to seeing. And we should see a fantastic set of side-by-side racing for this 30 lap or 60-minute first of the two Talladega double races, back-to-back Talladega. I, for one, am excited, that's for sure. As we have Jessica Wood in the chat saying she's going to burn her broccoli casserole rooting for Dega Degord. Degord, obviously not the last name. I'm going to say Degord is like Degord. Because we do have a Ryan Decker starting in 7th position. And we also have Caitlin Groves also going for Decker. Got a lot of Decker fans in the stands here tonight, so fantastic to see everyone coming out and joining us in the spectator area. As we get ready to release the massive amount of horsepower waiting in the wings. In comes the Ford Mustang iRacing pace car. And we're underway. Lap 1 start of the Dega double. Tyler Aspinall getting a good launch off the start. Will Cloud sneaks in behind him into the secondary spot just underneath. getting out of the outside groove very early on. Brady Floyd sticking in third. On the outside, stuck out there is Doug Newbegin. Every single truck looking like they want to get to the inside line as quick as they can. As I say that, we've got some takers for the outside already behind Newbegin. I believe... Well, I was about to list them off and they're already going 3 wide, so never mind. Go 3 wide into turn 3 and make their first way around this giant 2.6 mile Talladega. So we have a new leader on the high side. I believe he may actually lead this lap as well. No, he just gets pipped at the line there by Tyler Aspinall holding on to that first place spot. But Doug Newbegin, the huge run, getting a lot of a push behind him. Jessica Wood, I am actually from Australia, from specifically Geelong, which is not too far away from Melbourne in Victoria. So I appreciate the knowledge, at least, that comes with knowing that I am not from America, but I do love NASCAR all the same. Don't you worry about that at all. As we have Newbegin making another move toward the outside, getting a lot of help behind him. He's got plenty of action going on towards the back of the grid. It looks like there's going to be almost 4 wide. They looked for a second like they were thinking about going 4 wide. Fastest lap of the race already set by Josiah Strauss, getting a big run towards the back of the pack there. As the error is really making a huge, and he's going to go to the outside again, join that outside line. Really going to make his way up field on the outside. I wonder if he's going to take him 3 wide with a run like that. Now, we were looking in practice, there's almost a 5 to 10 mile an hour gap in the amount of speed that these trucks have. As they go 3 wide, slightly further back in the pack. Josiah Strauss caught in the middle of this one between Cody Schultz and Brett Murphy. And looking like the field is getting very, very bunched up as well. In all 3 lines, got a lot of a run behind them. That inside line looking slightly less formed up than the rest of them, though. As I say that, of course, Josiah Strauss proved me wrong once again and tucking in into that little gap there. So we have Aspinall continuing to lead Doug Newbegin as well. And it looks like the high side is going to be led currently by Ryan Decker, I believe. And that has fallen back big time. He's going to slot in front and almost get collected there by Brett Murphy, I believe that was. Yes, it was, as he's going to try his hand at trying the outside 3 wide. As we continue to go 3 wide towards the front of the pack, it looks like about midway through that the rear is sort of slipping out. They've got to be careful not to fall away from the draft as we got a car around. That is going to be Murphy getting collected by a couple of different drivers here. Great job by Stanley to avoid that one as Murphy came down on from the high side with some fever, that's for sure. We will back that one on up. just gets collected slightly. Looks like he came down and just got into the 2. Brett Murphy just came down a little bit too far. Like, got into the 2 of Caleb Weekly. That sent him careening. Donald struck the 25 of Chris Sawyer. Nowhere to go. And he also collects. Who did he collect? Let's back that one up a little bit more. Oh, that's going to be the 99. And, yep. It's Well, the good news is that that wasn't actually too big of a wreck for anyone, but I believe that's Mitchell Muma who was caught up in that one as well, 99, and he has, well, Brett Murphy as we're looking there, looks like he has gearbox and or engine issues as he is smoking up a storm on the back straightaway. I don't believe these trucks have a fast repair that they can use to get their trucks back up in action as quickly as possible. So, tough break there. As it looks like everyone has come down pit road, aside from the top 6. Or top 5, I should say. I didn't see Newbegin come down pit road, but it says that he did, so we're going to trust our live timing software, and yes, it looks like he actually did. That is my bad. As we've come onto the camera slightly too late. Lane camera. Going to ignore that I just did that. As we continue to follow the pace car around and get rocking and rolling once again. 7 laps into this one. Now we'd like to just let our race fans and spectators know tonight that they don't have to potentially pit for fuel. We've heard from some of the drivers that they will be able to make it all the way, all 30 laps, without having to refuel these trucks. However, if we do get a green-white caution, there is a potential that they might have to just top up a tiny bit to get their truck able to make it to the end if we get some green-white cautions. So potentially drivers coming down just to get that tiny little sip of fuel to make it to the end in case that happens. So still on pit road, we have Brett Murphy and Jeffrey Sykes. They're going to be pit lane for quite a while. Looks like, yeah, about 2.5 minutes each. Definitely not what you want. I know that for a fact. Looks like every other driver is going to stay on the lead lap, so we should have 19 trucks on the lead lap still to go in this one. As currently sitting on pole for the restart is Tyler Aspinall, still out in front, followed by Will Cloud on the outside line once again. Brady Floyd and Caleb Weekly making up row 2, and row 3 will be Daniel J. Jensen and Doug Newbinging. Newbinging with that huge run on the outside to get himself up to top, but then not having as much of a push as he would have liked to continue that run to get up front with the big boys of Tyler Aspinall and Will Cloud. So I'm sure he is desperate to see if the same situation unfolds where Cloud tucks in behind Aspinall, then he will try and make his way through there again and hopefully get the team support that he wants from the other drivers behind him to push him to the lead. And we'll get them stacked back up, coming into 4. Pace car down and away from the grid. That's a nice shot. I like that camera angle just there. As we have the 45 and the 48. And there they go. They're underway again. Tyler Aspinall getting the big run, but Will Cloud not letting him go at all. Front 2 definitely ahead by a considerable margin. That means that they are going to get caught up quite quickly here by the drivers behind them, as it looks like Caleb Weekly is trying to take advantage of that and maybe block Newbinging to the outside. Newbinging not wanting it to happen, taking him 3 wide. Bowers looking to come with him to the high side. That's surprising. I didn't expect to see him come all that way up. As Weekly's going to push down back to the inside line. And Newbinging is going to have to find something once again. As we were just saying, it could be a carbon copy of the first launch. And it looks like it was. As they're side by side, 3 rows deep. 2 back. I say 2 back, meaning that, well, it was meaning that Doug Newbinging didn't have anything for Cloud, but I'm proven wrong very quickly. As Newbinging using that side draft to full effect. He's got some help behind him now, as that top line really seems to have bunched up. And Bauer is pushing Newbinging to the front. Newbinging with the new lead. 3 wide slightly behind him. That's going to slow down the outside line and allow Aspinall to get back in the front. As we have 4 rows deep of 2 wide action. Make that 5 now. As Ryan Decker joins that pack. No, he's going to take it to the outside line. Certainly the move we weren't expecting, but he's going to try it anyway. He's got no help up there except for good old acceleration and aero. By aero, I mean side drafting. Pulls the car back to the inside of you and slingshots you to the front. It's not looking like it's going to have enough of an effect on the trucks to the inside, though, as they have a huge group. So Decker is going to be left hung out to dry on the outside lane there. No, he's not, as Cody Schultz, was that Brady Floyd? This Brady Floyd is going to pull out and try and help him make that 3 wide work. That's an interesting move we didn't expect. Only 18 laps to go in this one at the moment. Looking like it's getting real rowdy already. As the truck's shifting which way, left, right, all over the place. Now we know from our own experience up here in the booth that it is incredibly difficult to see the track in front of you as you're right behind pushing these trucks. If you're one of the many trucks that are pushing from behind, It's very hard to see if you get really linked up well in a draft, so you're not sure exactly where the corner is, and that can lead to some, let's say, interesting situations. As Bauer looking like he's pushing Doug Newbegin with some certain fever as he gets him out in front once again. Newbegin not quite far enough in front to get in front of Aspinall. I'm saying in front a lot, as we've got Brady Floyd still trying to make that high line work. He's going to have a little bit more help here from, I believe, not only Ryan Decker, but I believe that's going to be Caleb Weekly as well, helping him out on the high side. No, that's Nicholas Wing, never mind. Not looking like he's able to get as high up. Now, we saw him have damage earlier, so that may be a cause to reason as to why he can't quite get the power down as much as he would like. So the format for the Dega double, in response to our spectator Joseph Penn, is we are going to have 30 laps or 60 minutes, whichever comes first, and then we will get them locked and loaded after a short break for another 30 lap sprint, as all of these trucks are looking very, very feisty indeed. Two separate races, two separate Talladegas. We might jump on board our gyro cam. Three wide. As they say, Tyler Aspinall, Brady Floyd, and Doug Newbegin. We've seen them all stay out the front, of each of these respective packs for 2 laps now. So it should be interesting. Aspinall's been up front all race, so his fuel will be depleted slightly more than the rest of the field. I almost wonder, I have been told that they will be able to make it to the end, but potentially not if there's a green-white checkered, so it should be interesting as all 3 lanes are pretty much identical where they are. Newbegin looks like he had a bit of a run, but that high side is going to get slowed down, but just by the sheer fact that they have to drive further around this track here. They should get a big, nice run. They get a big push. Bauer looking to push him. Cloud is on the tailpipe of Tyler Aspinall, pushing him to the front as well. So many trucks, so little space. Expected. Whoa, Newbegin with a huge dive to the inside. Bauer giving him a big enough push to make him be able to do that, cutting across the nose of Brady Floyd and just getting it parked up in front of Tyler Aspinall. Aspinall is going to start pushing Newbegin now. Newbegin will get that lap led only just. Brady Floyd getting a huge shove from Ryan Decker. We've spoken a lot about Ryan Decker, but tonight he has been on a mission. It's been great to see. Trying to make moves that you wouldn't normally see here. We're getting very, very close. Brady Floyd and John Bauer. Floyd not wanting Bauer to get the run he wants on that high side. Looks like he was able to actually make that work as well. As the 3-wide action continues. As we gingerly await to see what's going to happen here. As Newbegin still out in front, Brady Floyd following behind. Both of them getting a huge push. Bauer's going to get cut in front of by, I believe, that's going to be Nicholas Claiborne. I could be wrong, but I believe I am right. No, I am definitely right. as he is going to try and make his way around the high side. Followed by Bauer. We've seen Bauer have some great pushing skills, but that high line seeming to fall back ever so slightly at the moment. Newbingen and Floyd still making that front work, and Newbingen gets turned around. Save it, son. What a legend. That is unbelievable. A-S plus class rating of racing. Can't even speak fast enough. Fantastic stuff from Doug Newbringen, able to keep that truck underneath him, as it looks like it's going to be. I was wondering, I bet a lot of these drivers were expecting a caution to fly, but there was none, due to Newbingen's miraculous save, as they're coming upon lap traffic, the leaders here. They are 3 wide. Lap traffic, I hope they realize that. It does not look like that will bother them though, because Claiborne has found a space, so he will tuck into the second line. As we are now 5 laps to go. Brady Floyd, Tyler Aspinall still 1 and 2. Bauer goes high. There he goes. He's going to try and make it work around Cloud. He's going to have support behind him as well. There goes Dega to the outside. Floyd's been left hung out to dry on the inside. Dega trying to make that high side work as he does, but he's going to pull back onto the inside. Not sure how smart a move that one is. It looks like Bauer's still getting a big push. There's not too much of a push coming from Floyd at the moment. Tyler Aspinall still leading the front pack, followed by Will Cloud, followed by Jared Ziegler, followed by Caleb Weekly. All 4 of them, sorry, I can't count. All 4 of them out front of the 2 packs, the 2 lines behind them. Josiah Strauss trying to follow them through as well. Certainly if we're going to see someone pull out and make something happen, it will happen soon enough, as Dega's trying to get a big run. Surprising with only 2 trucks. Dega and Floyd able to link up well enough to get that middle lane still working the way they want it to. Bauer not content to stay behind them though, as he wants to try and make that outside line work a bit better. As we're still going to stay 3 wide, you can see the truck shimmying, not happy with the air being flown all the way left and right. As our biggest mover up to this point is Caleb Weekly. Now Weekly up 14 spots from where he started. He is currently pushing John Bauer on the outside on the high line, trying to make something work with him. Will Cloud looking like he might think about going up to the higher lanes as he tries to work his way around Tyler Aspinall, as we got 2 laps to go in this event. Ryan Dega with a huge run on the inside line. He's going to make that one work. Bauer is following him around on the high side, somehow able to make that line work. There's not much support on the middle or high lanes. Definitely not the middle, but somehow Dega is able to make it work. Watch going below that yellow line, guys. It's not exactly the grippiest part of the track down there. As we keep going, Aspinall, Ryan Dega really trying to make something work. Floyd is not going to let him have it though. Floyd is going to jump up to the high side, try and make something work for himself. Dega not happy, I'm sure, to see that one happen, as he would have preferred to have the run, potentially coming for the win here. Tyler Aspinall with a decent lead. Will Cloud following in pursuit in 2nd position. Jared Ziegler on the inside line as well in 3rd at the moment. Dega not having the support that he was wishing to see, probably wanting Floyd to get up behind him and push. Floyd wanted to make something happen himself, so nothing going of it, as the 2 higher lanes are looking like they're getting a bit ready. And there it is! There it is! Surely that'll bring up the caution. No, it won't. It's been deemed that it's going to be a final lap incident, so we're not going to worry about the caution at all, as Aspinall is getting pushed heavily by Will Cloud. Cloud is looking like he's just going to push him to the win here. Ziegler is going to be in 3rd, just barely holding on from an unfortunate Ryan Dega, who had a brilliant showing in this one. Fantastic racing to the line from all of these drivers. as we want to go back and look at that final accident. That is not the accident we wanted to see, as it's not even an accident. Ah, well, it's not on our live timing software, so we're just going to wing it. As there they go. Oh boy, a lot of vehicles involved in that one. And it continues to happen. Chosen a better camera angle for that. Oh well, we saw it go down. Definitely a lot of trucks involved in that one. But good stuff all the same. As we will bring up your results for you here in the first of the Dega double. Aspinall with the win, Will Cloud in second, Jared Ziegler in third, Ryan Decker in fourth, and Josiah Strauss in fifth, rounding out your top five. And we will bring up our various finishes as we get our third place driver of Jared Ziegler up in here. Jared, how's it going? Hello, Jared Ziegler, have you got us?
Hello, hello.
Jared, what's going on, man? It looked like it was just incredibly busy, I guess is the best way to describe the end of that one. You found yourself stuck on the inside line towards the end there and just hung on to that third spot. What can you tell us about that race?
It was very tense. I'll say that. Yeah, my heart can't take much more. I got involved in the first wreck. I don't know. I didn't never got a chance to go back and look at the replay, but the 99 came down after they got involved, and I had 40 seconds of damage. My engine was fine, but I had no aero. So I got left on that restart. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to just stay in the inside lane and just hope for the best. And seas just parted. I was like 8th place on the inside, and I got up to 3rd, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna stay here and hope they wreck, and they wrecked and just coasted across the line. So it played perfectly for me there at the end. But
All right. Yeah, we did see a lot a lot of accidents towards the end of the run, but statistically staying green for quite a lot of it, which was great to see. You were in mid-pack a lot. We did cut to a gyrocam at one point. Did you find it very difficult to see over the back of a lot of the trucks in front of you?
yeah, absolutely. There was we had a few lapped cars. Some of them stayed low, some of them stayed high, but there's a group of 2 that stayed high. The leader called him out, and I honestly did not even see him. If he didn't call him out, I wouldn't have known that they were there. So Uh, I must have just been looking down at my dash at my temps or something before they got out of my vision, and yeah, it just they just disappeared. So it's definitely hard to see over trucks, especially if you're going to be 3 wide. You can't go left, you can't go right, you can't look left, you can't look right. So you just have to look forward, and you just see the back bumper of a car in front. So it's definitely hard to see, especially if there's going to be a wreck. So hopefully this race will go smoothly, just like the first one, and hopefully we have salvaged enough of our truck that we can win the second one.
All right, sounds good. We will see you there. Any friends, sponsors, family you'd like to shout out to for the third place at the moment?
MSR endurance team I'm on, of course. Teammates Norman King hopped on board on our team this week, and of course father Brian Ziegler. Norman was involved early. Brian finished, I believe, P9, so not too bad. But yeah, sponsor Steel Series Fanatec and youth broadcasting, and hopefully we can talk to you here in about another hour.
Sounds good. We look forward to having you here once again, Jared. Great to talk to you and good work on that third place once again.
Thank you very much.
All right, time to get I believe we're gonna have Will Cloud in our second position. We're gonna move him up here. Will Cloud, you got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
How was that race from your perspective? It looked quite difficult. You were in the push position for pretty much all of it. What was the choice between deciding on going behind Tyler Aspinall pretty much every restart?
I mean, I was, like you said earlier, in the push position that whole race. But I mean, we're teammates, and this is a super speedway race. I want to see the best result for the team. So getting behind him and just pushing him as much as I can was really my goal, which luckily worked out there because we got the 1-2 finish.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, did you not want to get the first place position by yourself? I feel like you definitely could have made the move if you really wanted to, but you decided to stick behind him. Was that a team order, or did you decide that you're going to be a good sport about it and not hog the glory for yourself?
There was no team order. That was on me. I want to lock in the 1-2 for us just to be safe, then risk it all and go for the win.
All right, sounds good. Did you have any friends, sponsors, family you'd like to shout out for the second place? Great result, by the way.
Thank you. I'd like to shout out my teammates Brady Floyd and Tyler Aspinall right there for working together and having a great run. And shout out to Noah at 4 Cloak Media, who you can find at Twitch TV/4Cloak.
All right, sounds good. I hope everyone tunes over there and we're going to have a look at it ourselves. Great job on the second place position, Will, and we'll hopefully see you soon.
Thank you.
And we are going to get the man on a mission. Tyler Aspinall, welcome to the booth, buddy.
Thank you.
Well, he's got a another win, I believe. No, his first win. What am I doing?
Yeah, first win, baby. First win.
Absolutely fantastic. We saw you leading the entire race, actually. Was that all down to qualifying? Did you just put the big block on, or?
I'll be honest, I'm surprised we passed tech inspection. I honestly I did that in one lap because I messed up my out lap, so I only had one lap to do it. I'm actually kind of surprised that I actually did do it. So I think really what helped there was the pole, and then just having both of my teammates that are in this race, starting 2 and 3, really I think that really just helped us slide into this one. And then once we started going 3 wide and stuff is when it got a little hectic.
All right, yeah, it was absolutely crazy towards the end there. Big wreck just at the finish, but thankfully you were able to avoid it as well as quite a few of your teammates. Cloud saying to us in the booth just before that he was happy to push you to the win. You didn't want that friendly competition to see who could get that first position?
I'll be honest, I wouldn't have minded it if I was the one that would have won it, but I don't know. I think I'd have been happy there with P2 either way, just leading the entire race. Um yeah, Will's been a huge help. He's a great, I guess, friend, teammate as well. I mean, him pushing me pretty much the entire race. Like I really appreciate Will for that one.
All right, fantastic to see. It was going to be a first place position for either of you, no matter who got it. So definitely glad both of you are able to join us here in the booth, and hopefully we'll see you in the booth in very short order as we get ready for the second race. Are you expecting another hectic race again, or not quite?
I'm thinking this one's gonna be I guess if you're looking at hectic wise, like this is gonna be a lot worse than the first race, as I think we're just getting settled in the first race. I think the second race, I think everybody's used to each other now. Should be clean for a little bit, but I think it's gonna get really crazy towards the end.
Sounds like my kind of racing. I'm going to absolutely have a ball up here in the booth. I guarantee it, and I'm sure everyone watching at home will feel the same way. Great to talk to you, Tyler. Who would you like to shout out your very first victory in the Camping Universe Truck Series? Friends, family,
I
sponsors.
well, 4 Cloak Media, Pierce Graphics, Far Hauler Dirt. Um, Mom and Dad for watching. Grammy Isaaco, Grammy Miller, Andy, Aunt Sherry. I think Uncle Sam might be watching as well. Uncle Travis and Jeff. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you up here at race 2, hopefully.
Fantastic to see the old family out, and yeah, we look forward to seeing you once again. I'm sure with a performance like that, you probably will join us without much of an issue. Here's hoping, cross the fingers. See you later, Tyler. Have a good one.
All right. See you, Gareth.
All right, and that will be the end of our broadcast for race 1. Whoops, that was not. I wanted to bring up the results, and I didn't bring up the results. There they are. So, yeah, we will join you again in short order, and we'll see you in a second for the second of the Dega doubles. Take care, everyone.
Benami. The leaders are winding up here. Daytona, the big one is out.
All right, welcome back to race 2 of our Dega double event in the Camping Universe Truck Series. Once again, I am Gareth McAllister, bringing the action 1080p 60 FPS, and I am supported by Team Squad. Now, this will be great to see. I don't know why it's pulled up the lights as if we're having a standing start, because that is certainly not what we're doing. There we go. We go underway as we have a look at the grid real quick. Ben McDonald, old McDonald had a farm and he also sent it to pole position as he starts up front. Followed in second place by Jared Ziegler. Third place, Brady Floyd. Fourth, Will Loud. Newbinging starts in fifth. Brett Murphy in sixth. John Bauer in seventh. Nick Swing in eighth. Chris Sawyer in ninth. Sykes in 10th, Cody Schultz in 11th. Nicholas Claiborne is going to be in your 12th position. Ryan Decker is going to be in 13th. Tyler Aspinall in 14th. 15th is going to be Brian Ziegler. 16th, Josiah Strauss. 17th, Norman, the man, the myth, the king, the legend in 17th. 18th, Mitchell Mummer. 19th, your fast Canadian representing his country, Derek Stanley. Caleb Weekly starting in at 20th, and rounding out our 21 driver field is Daniel J. Jensen. Now, we'd like to apologize, not that we necessarily need to, but I'm not entirely sure if my interview went for too long, so Tyler Aspinall may not have got the qualifying time that he wanted due to me impeding him, so I apologize if I did. I get a bit too excited when I start interviewing a lot of drivers, and I like to talk to a lot of people. I'm a bit of a people person in that regard, I think, so apologies to him if I did impact him. If not, well then, that is an unfortunate starting position for him as we await the pace car to turn in and get the second of our Dega double part 2 underway. As we get the shot that I so do love. Pace car coming in, the Mustang letting the field go. I don't know how many, but definitely thousands of horsepower itching to get going. Tens of thousands, I'd say. As the green flag is out, and Ben McDonald not quite getting the run off the line he wanted. Jared Ziegler able to pull out a little bit of a lead with Will Cloud in tow. We saw how great a pusher Will Cloud was for Tyler Aspinall, pushing him to the win of our last race. So potentially he will do that again. Jared Ziegler reaping the rewards of that at the moment. Someone's ducking out, not wanting to be involved in anything earlier on. I believe that is going to be the 25 of Chris Sawyer. And the reason for that is probably because he got involved in a wreck early on in part 1 in our first of the 2 Talladega races. So I'm sure he wanted to get out of there, not wanting to be involved in anything again, wanting to make it to the end full clean. No dents at all. As we've got a shake up for the lead potentially. Newbegin trying the outside line once again. Floyd pushing Cloud now as Cloud went up, and we've got some action going on in the back. Unbelievable saves all around. That's fantastic to see. as we had Derek Stanley going off very slightly. I believe Sawyer was also having issues there. And it looks like Nicholas Wing is going to be right with them as well. Not sure if he was involved, but I saw mainly just the two drivers there getting involved in that one. Amazing stuff to be able to keep the trucks underneath them. We have seen some absolute, the best class of racing I've ever seen in these NASCAR trucks across my entire time. So absolutely fantastic truck control from these drivers here tonight. As we got the fastest lap of the race at the moment set by Mitchell Mumma, 51.72. You're averaging around 52 and a half seconds per lap here, as Bauer, it looks like, is going to pull off to the inside. He might be thinking, look, it's getting a little bit too hectic up front, not really wanting to get involved in anything too much at the moment. So he pulls off, as we have almost a little bit of a breakaway with this front pack here. Now it looks like Ryan Dega is going to be on the inside behind Floyd with a different paint scheme. That's incredible change of trucks very quickly. Doug Newbingham on the high side, Brady Floyd on the inside once again. These two trading positions just as they were early on, with our pole position winner at the moment falling back to 5th position. Just in tow on the high side there, behind Newbingham and Murphy. As they continue to go too wide, 5 rows deep. They're going to be joined by some of those trucks slightly behind them. Now, definitely not the entire field in this small pack. We've got a bit of a gap formed after that early incident, which didn't turn out to be the incident we were thinking it might be due to fantastic car control from these drivers. So not as much of a pack as we saw in the first race of this Dega double at the moment, but they might get bunched up together in short order once again. Say something happens. Brady Floyd and Doug Newbingham leading their respective packs, 5 rows deep, continuing 6 rows deep now. And almost going 7 rows deep, as Brian Ziegler is going to join that pack on the high side. Bauer sticking, he's going to choose which lane he wants. High side, middle side, left side, right side, low side. I don't know which one he wants, but he's going to find something. It looks like he's trying to stay a little bit further back, not to get involved in anything should anything happen. But that doesn't worry the leaders at all, as Newbingham and Floyd continue to put on a clinic in front here. No drivers particularly looking like they might want to get out of line and make a 3-car pack work once again, like we saw in part 1. Now, Aspinall, our leader of our part 1 race, was saying that he expected it to go green for quite a while and then pick up probably a little bit more crazy towards the end. As we're seeing evidence of that, as Newbingham tries to come down and blocks, just flat out shuts the door on Brady Floyd. Floyd looking like he wasn't quite ready for it as he moves slightly over to the left, but able to make that one stay down there, as Brett Murphy is now left to dry on the high side. I say left to dry, and he's making his way forward, so maybe he's not hung out to dry like my washing. Maybe he's actually making his way. And yes, he does, as he's going to make his way into 2nd position. potentially fight Newbinging for the Newbinging coming down below that yellow line, coming back up as Boyd got a run. So almost an issue, almost another one, as we had Dega coming up to block off Weekly as Weekly was coming down to take that spot. Weekly is either going to try and make that 3 wide work, or he's going to lift and tuck in behind. Looks like he's going to try to make it work, but seeing no one come with him, I wouldn't be surprised if he ducked down very soon. And there it is, I believe, as Newbinging now with Murphy on the high side. Got K Wood saying, if Dega places top 3, I demand an interview. Well, I'm not too sure, but we'll see if we can get you in here. I mean, Dega certainly will get one. If we can get you in here, I wouldn't mind giving you an interview as well, if you would like one. Although I don't think that's company regulation, I'm not sure. Anyway, we're going to continue up front with Doug Newbinging and Brett Murphy sticking out front. As they continue to lead their respective packs. It looks as though Cody Schultz is thinking about making a move. He's been teetering on going to the high side, making a 3 wide work. Not quite committed though, as we see well, he's tucked back in, so we don't see it anymore. But we were seeing, it looked like Caleb Weekly was trying to make something happen on the outside, and oh my god, here we go. Just the 2 trucks involved. Nobody else, but certainly on the track long enough to cause a caution. Hopefully no one else got collected by that one. We're going to throw that replay again. Stop that one for a second as we get a... Whoa, okay. Alright. Let's back that one up again. So, so it looked like the 16 comes down, not the 16. That looks like, no, that wasn't Dega. It was in front of Dega. Yeah, it was. That was our leader. McDonald came down, and when he came back up, just got slightly clipped. Unfortunate draft events were happening, and that is going to mean that both himself and Cody Schultz will be out of this one, or at least laps down, but they might not actually be out for good, which we hope not, as he was smoking quite heavily there, Cody Schultz. As, yeah, it looks like the front and the rear bumper just came together in a way that was not ideal at all for bump drafting reasons or purposes. As we are unsurprised to see a couple of drivers come down pit road. Reason being is, like we said earlier on, that in part 1 of our Dega double, that they don't necessarily have the fuel required to go the distance if we get some green-white checkered runs. But if all goes well and all goes green, they probably will. That's just from what we've heard over driver radio before, as it looks like Dega did an interesting move on pit road there. Not sure if he maybe realized that he didn't get as much fuel in that truck as he wanted, and he was already heading out by the time he realized. So, there you go. As we were talking about fuel, you can see quite a lot of the trucks up front staying on that low side, trying to save fuel as it's a much quicker way around track, that's for certain. Save some fuel in those trucks and hopefully make it all the way to the end should things go awry towards the end of this one. And as we are under eye-pacing conditions, I would once again like to thank our fans, friends, and family sponsors, family and sponsors for their tuning in, watching, and support of the Team Goon Squad network. We appreciate it thoroughly, and we thank you for continuing to come back and choose us to represent leagues as well as supporting us in our endeavors wherever you may be. As I like to bring up our NASCAR tower on the left-hand side there while we are under pacing conditions, because it gives a much better overview of just where your driver is out on track, whoever you may be cheering for, or whoever you may not be cheering for. We understand rivalries exist and we are not judging depending on what you would like to do. But we respect everyone equally and we would like to see it. Anyway, doesn't matter. So we have Doug Newbinging out in front, followed by Brady Floyd, Tyler Aspinall in third, Brett Murphy fourth in the second row, and we're going to have Norman King and Jared Ziegler making up your third row for this restart. As we see them all bunching up again. Derek Stanley on the back of that truck. We can see Be the Thunder. Not sure if you want to... I wonder, actually, I almost wonder if that's a reference to Lightning McQueen. But then Thunder would be like Chick Hicks, wouldn't it? So that would actually come second, which would not be what you want to be. But anyway, I'm rambling. As we get ready for them to go under green once again, coming up to the line here. Just after the tri-oval, I have to state, I didn't state this in part one, or I say part one in race one, is that the tri-oval is not the end like at Daytona. It's actually on the front straight just behind the tri-oval, allowing a little bit more of a run or an overtake before maneuver to occur, before the line actually sneaks up on you. Quite difficult to judge exactly where it is, but it'll be there when you get there. As we are getting ready to underway, here we go. Doug Newbingen getting a great launch, bringing Murphy along with him. Brady Floyd not getting the run he wants. Hopefully he will slot down though, as there's a bit of a gap between Brett Murphy, or is he going to stay on the high side? We shall see. As it looks like he's going to do a bit of both. Used to be indecisive, but now he's not so sure. He's going to stay on the high side. Bauer trying to do a 3-wide all the way back in the pack, or is he just staying out of it a little bit? I'm not sure. Nope, looks like he's going to try and get in there as well. We're going to unleash the amount of horsepower that we have on here. I wish I knew, but definitely tens of thousands, there's no doubt about that. Anyway, Brady Floyd, Doug Newbinging still up front, as we're going to have a look at Ryan Decker trying something on the high side. We desperately want to see him do well. Got plenty of supporters, and he has my vote as well. As we got, I think that's Wing. Is that Nicholas Wing in the? No, it was not. He's making his way. He's also sporting a new paint job. Someone got into the wall back there. May have been Brian Ziegler. I believe it may have been. No, it was Sawyer. It was Chris Sawyer. No, Caleb Weekly. It was Caleb Weekly. I finally got there. It definitely was Caleb Weekly. Anyway, back to the front once again. Doug Newbinging and Brady Floyd still going side by side. Floyd has a lot more support behind him as he's got a push currently coming from Tyler Espinal, your past winner. He's made his way up 10 spots. Norman King up 11 spots. He's your biggest mover. Norman King in 6th position in the 3rd row there in the middle line. As he's looking a little bit squirrely left, right, a little bit in the middle of the corner. Certainly not where you want to see it. Not that you wanted to see it at all, of course. As these trucks are making moves. Getting a little bit unsettled by the air, it looks like, around about the 3rd car deep. 3rd or 4th, a lot of them shuffling around there. As here we go, Ryan Dega trying to make something work on the high side. He's going to have some support from Nicholas Wing and Nicholas Claiborne. As it's looking like that run is going to be halted slightly as there's not quite enough momentum behind him to push Dega out to the front, but he's going to hang in around the 2nd sort of row there as Brady Floyd and Doug Newbringen continue to turn laps 1st and 2nd as Dega coming into 3rd place for a split second there over the line. Wonder if that high side is going to have the momentum it should do. Just see the difference in trying to go up high, just how much of a difference it makes. As Floyd looking like he may actually go up and cover that outside lane, depends which one he thinks is quicker. Not able to do it, and the opportunity has diminished. Now that we're into the corner, it might open up once again, though. If he wants to do it, it's certainly up to him. Both middle and high grooves looking like they have a decent run, neither of which, unfortunately, seeming to have anything for Doug Newbinging at the moment. Binging with a commanding lead, with Brett Murphy pushing him out in front. And I've only just realized now that I'm looking at it closer. We have Chevrolet on the inside, Ford in the middle, and unfortunately a little bit further behind, but still equally with a nice run and doing a great job of staying with him. Ryan Dega is going to be in his Toyota. So we've got 1, 2, 3 manufacturers all in the lead of their respective lines. So that is a fantastic advertisement for Camping Universe, if I've ever seen one. Showing as much diversity as possible. As Dega's really getting a huge run on the straights there, but not quite able to make it stick around the corners. I'm 100% surprised that that outside lane with only the 3 cars up there is able to make it work. But the 2 Nicks pushing him very, very cleanly, as it looks like he might actually go for the lead here. Brady Floyd took it over from Doug Newbinging on the inside lane. And Dega not quite able to make it stick, just getting his nose just barely alongside Floyd. As we saw, interesting to see at the moment, we're still running green 3 wide, looking quite clean at the moment, which is great to see. And interesting how it'll play out towards the back of the pack, because we've seen quite a few trucks already hang back because they're not really wanting to get involved, but that may turn out to hurt them, as you never really know if they don't get involved in any issues. Well, it's definitely going to hurt them, isn't it? Because they'll be at the back, and that'll be quite the struggle to make it all that way through, especially with them 3 wide as they are. Now you can go 4 wide here at Talladega. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can. And with the skill of these drivers we've seen so far tonight, I wouldn't be surprised if we could do it, or if someone did it and made it work. So certainly something we could be seeing as we continue to watch this 3 wide battle, as Dega is trying very hard to make that outside line work. The 2 Nicks pushing him as much as they can. They've continued to do so for quite a while. Unfortunately, not anyone. Floyd is jumping down to the inside lane. He got enough of a push from Aspinall. Aspinall's got a huge run. Wow! He's only just pushed Floyd out of the way and already taken the lead with Norman King just behind. Great to see Norman King out on track. We haven't seen a whole lot of him in the camping universe so far. He's usually a spectator, not as much of a racer, as there the 4 wide is that we were calling out just before. And they were able to make it work. Fantastic stuff. I'm sure both Norman and Dega didn't quite want to see that happen. I think they both had differing opinions on what was going to happen. But it got sorted out in the end. The inside line not stacked up at all, so the high side certainly got that run if they can get together and get that push going. Brady Floyd trying to make it work. Brett Murphy, nice to see him up leading this one on the inside lane. Followed by Jared Ziegler as well. You know, Ziegler can make it work as he was your 3rd place finisher in race 1. Looking a bit more spicy as we wind the clock down. Only 7 laps to go in this one at the moment. 6.5, I should say, as opposed to saying 7 as they go past halfway down the back straight. As it's Murphy, Floyd, and Newbinging tried to make something happen on the outside to go 3 wide. Nothing doing though, as Dega is not there anymore. Seems to be the heart and soul of the third line up the top there. Haywood was telling Dega to push down. Dega definitely did push down in 2nd at the moment. 2nd line, sorry. About 8th position. As we continue to see Floyd and Murphy trading positions. Newbinging not happy with being hung out to dry on that high side. You can see him trying desperately to get something going, but nothing doing. It's a battle of the push, as we've got Ziegler and Aspinall both pushing hard. Oh, Aspinall actually might have looked towards going 3 wide. Does he have Will Cloud behind him? He does. Those 2 drivers linked up for a 1-2 finish, both teammates. At the end of race 1, we may see something similar coming to the end of race 2 with only 5 laps to go. And there's the move. Brady Floyd pulling down in front of Murphy. Not sure if that was a wise decision or not, but he's going to back himself in there as Aspinall and Cloud are seeing open track in front of them, and they're being pushed by Ryan Dega. Ooh, careful, boys. Dega got a little bit loose, as it looked like a car below him got a little bit loose as well. That looked like Daniel J. Jensen, potentially. I believe it was, yes. So Floyd and Murphy able to link it up on the inside lane after that little bit of a bobble from some of those drivers. Three wide, Josiah Strauss on that high side with Newbinging pushing as quick as he can. Nothing doing at the moment. They will need a little bit more help if they want the three wide to work. At the moment, though, it's going to be Brady Floyd and Tyler Aspinall to the line once again. Brett Murphy going a little bit higher than he wanted to. There are some, now I can confirm, there are some bumps on the very inside lane into the tri-oval, so they are unsettling those trucks on the inside lane there and shooting them up the racetrack ever so slightly. Certainly something we don't want to see cause any issues, but better I let you know that that is a potential concern. As Floyd, and now we have, oh my, out of nowhere, Brian Ziegler with a huge push from Doug Newbinging. Newbinging, we've seen his truck do some magical things already tonight. He is pushing Brian forward. Brian trying to lead a lap on the high side. Not quite able to lead the lap, but able to get up next to the leaders, as they're also going to have Derek Stanley pushing them. Three wide action, very close together. Enough space for a fourth if there was wanted. Up the top there as everyone presses down on the inside lane, trying to get the air sucked off of the front of Brady Floyd's machine to try and slow him down, as Aspinall makes his way in front, almost able to tuck down in front of Brady Floyd if he wanted it, but not quite able to make it happen as they go. And there's a big crash behind them. Are we going to continue going, or is it going to be a caution? There's no caution, as that was 100% Brian Ziegler. You can see the damage to him and some other trucks as we were going to have a look at it, but we're not going to avoid the action going on in front of our eyes. Brady Floyd, Tyler Aspinall 1 and 2, Brett Murphy and Will Cloud pushing behind them, followed by Ryan Dega and Jared Ziegler, your top six. I didn't call out the lanes, I don't think, very well, but either way, Floyd and Aspinall are going to run this one down as quick as they can. Newbinging looks like he's going to have a run. I knew he was going to try something on the high side. Nothing doing, doesn't have any support. Will Cloud pulls out, there's a surprise, and there goes around. I'm losing my voice. As they go around, they continue to go around. Brady Floyd, Will Cloud coming to the line. Will Cloud's going to have it. Newbinging pushing him through, and Brady Floyd is going to take away third position. Wow, what a finish. As Will Cloud pulls out to try and take it three wide, and Brett Murphy just, I'm not sure if he saw that Aspinall was there or not, but just absolutely took him out. Surprising not to get wrecked with anything. Wow, that is actually amazing. But oh no, slightly further up, you can see the devastation. Oh, as one truck goes way up into the air, that was not Josiah Strauss as we thought it may have been. That was going to be, I believe that might have been actually Ziegler. Not Brian, who was involved earlier, but Jared. Both family members getting involved in an accident on the final lap. as he goes down to avoid that big incident, then just gets collected ever so slightly by Dega. And because he got collected, oh no, and then run into again and nowhere to go. Bang. Whoa, I believe that was Norman King sent flying. 2 wheels on the wall. Look at him grind. Woo! Style points. Oh my lord. Able to get it down and actually able to make it down past the checkered flag. So great stuff to him. As we will run through the race results. Will Cloud in first, Newbinging in second, Brady Floyd in third, Brett Murphy in fourth, and John Bauer in fifth position, which is fantastic for him after dropping back earlier on. We are going to bring our podium finishers up here for sure. No, that's going to happen. As we are going to get... No one is in the waiting room at the moment. I'm sure everyone's discussing things at the moment, but we don't see anyone in the waiting room as of yet. So hopefully we can get our drivers up into the booth and have a bit of a chat with them in short order. As what an amazing finish from all of these drivers. Certainly nothing to sneeze at all. And fantastic to see. Great racing all around. There's no doubt about that at all. And we are going to see if we get... All right, here we go. The drivers have joined the waiting room. I was just about to say, as we are definitely going to get Brady Floyd in here. Brady Floyd, welcome to the booth. How are we?
Doing well. How are you?
I am fantastic. What a race. There's not much I can say about that. You were leading for an I don't even know the word, just an amazing amount of time. Unfortunately, not to see a first place finish, but definitely a huge race for you. Did you find that maybe made the wrong mistake of pulling to the inside line towards the end there?
No, I mean, unfortunate. It looked like Tyler opened the door up for Brett to slide up, and then Brett going for the win took the hole, but he just took it too far into Tyler. I think if that door would have stayed closed, I think I would have been pushed to a win. Or if Brett hadn't wrecked him, I still probably would have been pushed to a win by someone. So, right call. Unlucky that we got a teammate caught up in the wreck there at the end. But I mean, it's two wins for the team today. Really proud of Will and Tyler. I know they're both not really known for their super speedway prowess, but both of them picking up a pretty big win for each of them today. So definitely really proud of the team.
The huge team points day, no doubt about that at all. Great to see. Did you find that did you go to hang on, yeah, you did. You pit a bit earlier in the run in the first caution? Did you find that you might have needed that extra drop of fuel just in case we had a green white checkered or?
Maybe if we would have gone to the third one, but no, I didn't. I didn't pit either of the races. We started out with about 36 laps of fuel, so no one really needed to pit anything other for damage. But yeah,
Interesting. I do have you on my live timing screen showing as you pitted, but if you say you didn't, I will take your word for it. That's for certain. Well, fantastic third place finish. Who would you like to give a shout out to? I'm sure your teammates would love to hear another shout out again. Friends,
yes,
family.
sir. We'll thank him one more time, both the teammates, Will Cloud and Tyler Aspinall. Luke Straya was not able to be here, but I know he's cheering us on. Zach wasn't here either. I think we're gonna be bringing in another guy named Jesse for next week for the dirt. So hopefully we can get a good run there. Got to thank the sponsors as well. 4Cloak Media. You can check him out at twitch.tv/4Cloak and 4Cloak.net. Got to also thank Pierce Graphics and Adria Esports.
All right, great stuff, and we'll hopefully see you in the booth next week during, as you said, the Dirt Eldora Speedway. Should be an interesting one.
I doubt you'll be talking to me next week, but I hope so. All right, thank you again for broadcasting. Loved it.
Well, that was a mistake from me. Let's not do that again. All right. As we're gonna restore some dignity here, and we are going to get Doug Newbinging up to the broadcast booth with us. Doug Newbinging, are you here with us?
Yo, I gotcha.
So, apologies for joining the waiting room. That was an accident. I'm going to have to say that on stream so that everyone knows what I'm talking about. I made a bit of a blunder and moved myself rather than driver I was talking to. So that's a mistake. But how was the race from your perspective? I saw you got hung out to dry quite a bit on the high line there, but you were able to pull it back through for a second position.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was kind of up front most of the race, just trying to do something, and then I fell back, kind of got shoved out 3 wide, trying to make myself just work something out there, and tried it as long as I could. Nothing really worked. I had a couple people come up that tried to push up front, but Brian, I was pushing up there pretty good, and I just got right in the back of him. I feel horrible about that. I mean, we were definitely gonna probably be a good run and win it, but yeah, got in the back of him that triggered out that huge wreck in the back, but made it back up front at least. I mean, that was a good salvage. I don't know. I just kind of saw the right move at the right time, and I should have went a little lower on the bottom there on the replay. Because I think Brett had a little room there. I was just heat of the moment. I didn't want to get wrecked. I swung it high and gave Will that little tap to win it. So
Yeah, well, we certainly saw quite a bit of coming together between some of these drivers, especially on that last lap. Could you sense the tension in the air coming to the checkered?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, the way I looked at it is like this, right? I mean, you got two different teams up there, with Will Cloud, Brady, and then Brett, Derek, Chris, all those guys. Two different teams right there. So of course we're gonna be battling like crazy. And I just kind of always saw my thing on the third line. It was always open that whole race, most of it, unlike the last one. So I was like, you know what, just make it work. But attention was there. I definitely think there was going to be a big one. There's always a big one, right? I mean, no matter how clean this league is, as it is, it's a very clean league, but it's Dega. We're always going to wreck. So
Absolutely. The big one came out in dramatic fashion on the last lap. Twice in the last lap, actually, came out. But good talking to you as always, Doug. I can call you
heck
Doug,
yeah,
yeah? I think
dude.
I've asked that before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old Doug. Anyway, yeah, so who would you like to give a shout out to? Friends, sponsors, family? What's going on?
Heck yeah, dude. Roasted Gems Coffee, obviously. Best coffee around. Look out. Finlay hats, butt kicker, button RS button boxes, great product. And then Fail Design or Shady Designs make this beautiful, beautiful paint scheme. And honestly, some teammates here, it is Brett, John Bauer, big fan of his work. Derek, Chris, Ben, all those guys, and everyone else pushed me tonight. It was a lot of fun. Definitely had a good experience at Dega for a league race. I'll take it.
Yeah, great racing all around the track. Nice to have you join us. How do you feel about Eldora next week? You going to join us again?
I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm doing like someone like because I got my Eagle Scout and I doing that for my troop or some of that. I think that weekend. So one of my best tracks, but I might miss it. I don't know. I kind of forgot what day it's on. I'm gonna be honest, but we'll figure. I'll definitely be back though for either this weekend or next weekend. So
All
I'll
right.
be up front. So don't worry.
All right. Well, always fantastic to talk to you. Always a great sport. And we'll see you, I'm sure, in due course, not too far in the future.
Heck yeah, buddy. I just want to get back up there to get that sweet Australian voice coming back. That's what we need. That's what we need.
Oh, boy. You're making me blush.
There we go. All right. There we go. Now you're gonna show my paint scheme more. See, this is how it works, sponsor wise. I'm thinking.
Yep. All right. Cheers, man. All right. See you
See
later,
you, dude.
Doug.
Good talking.
That was Douglas New binging great sport on and off the track as we will get our race winner, first race win from Will Cloud. First race win. We talked to him in the booth after the first race. Now we'll talk to him again from second and first. Fantastic points day. How are you feeling?
Oh my gosh, I just can't be any happier. After getting second in that first race, I thought I was gonna have a good points day, but then the come out with the win here is just really insane. I was not expecting this at all.
It's fantastic racing from everyone involved. You seem like the pusher in both races, but somehow you decided, you know what? Um, oh God, who am I thinking? Aspinall, that's right. You decided Aspinall's had his time in the sun. Time for my time.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw him slide up and I saw Brett come up and then make contact, I honestly just went up to the wall because if they wrecked, I wanted to avoid it. And luckily they spun down and the seas kind of parted and was able to hold on through the tri-oval. It was definitely unexpected, I gotta say, after almost wrecking the whole field at the start. I was just glad to be up at the front and then yeah, don't even know what to say.
Well, I can tell you what to say. You should say I won and just be absolutely thrilled with having the win.
Yeah.
A fantastic win, and I can't say enough how great it is to have to talk to you twice in one day, let alone like the next week.
Yeah, I was definitely not expecting this, but I'll take it. It's definitely a pleasant surprise.
All right, great stuff, Will. Any shout outs, sponsors, friends, family? You deserve the floor, my friend, for this first place.
So you've heard it already, but once again, my teammates Aspinall and Floyd right there, they've working together with them all race. That's what really led to my second last time and the win here. And then Noah at 4 O'Clock Media, can't forget about him. And that's all I got for you today.
All right, sounds good. Glad to hear everyone involved is getting a shout out. That's for certain. We like the camaraderie in this league, absolutely. So have fun, enjoy yourself, take a load off, and we'll see you next week at Eldora.
Yep, hope to be talking to you again soon.
All right, sounds fantastic. Here, on behalf of the Camping Universe Truck Series and on behalf of Team Goon Squad and myself, Gareth McAllister, it's been an absolute pleasure broadcasting this race to everyone out there in the world. And we thank all our friends, family, and followers for tuning in to support all the drivers, the league, the broadcast, and everything else that goes into the production of this. We wouldn't be who we are without you. So we appreciate it 100%. Thank you to everyone tuning in, and we will see you next week at the Dirt Oval of Eldora Speedway. Only half a mile in length, much, much smaller than the big super speedway of Dega. But should definitely be interesting as we get some good old racing on the dirt. So we shall see you then, and good night, everyone.